Have enough courage to trust love one more time and always one more time. The secret to happiness is freedom, and the secret to freedom is courage. Sometimes you have to get to know someone really well to realize you're really strangers. You truly have to make the very best of what you've got. We all do. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Courage is grace under pressure. Courage to me is doing something daring, no matter how afraid, insecure, intimidated, alone, unworthy, incapable, ridiculed, or whatever other paralyzing emotion you might feel. Courage is taking action, no matter what. So you're afraid. Be afraid. Be scared silly to the point you're trembling and nauseous, but do it anyway. Courage is about learning how to function despite the fear, to put aside your instincts to run or give in completely to the anger born from fear. Courage is about using your brain and your heart when every cell of your body is screaming at you to fight or flee, and then following through on what you believe is the right thing to do. Take chances. Make mistakes. That's how you grow. Pain nourishes your courage. You have to fail in order to practice being brave. From caring comes courage. There is a stubbornness about me that never can bear to be frightened at the will of others. My courage always rises at every attempt to intimidate me. Inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action breeds confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit home and think about it. Go out and get busy. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the assessment that something else is more important than fear. Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. Courage is never to let your actions be influenced by your fears. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes courage is the little voice at the end of the day that says, "I'll try again tomorrow." Confront the dark parts of yourself and work to banish them with illumination and forgiveness. Your willingness to wrestle with your demons will cause your angels to sing. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. You gain strength, courage, and confidence by every experience in which you really stop to look fear in the face. You are able to say to yourself, "I lived through this horror. I can take the next thing that comes along." We don't develop courage by being happy every day. We develop it by surviving difficult times and challenging adversity. To share your weakness is to make yourself vulnerable. To make yourself vulnerable is to show your strength. Vulnerability sounds like truth and feels like courage. Truth and courage aren't always comfortable, but they're never weakness. It is not the strength of the body that counts, but the strength of the spirit. Courage is being scared to death, but saddling up anyway. A man with outward courage dares to die. A man with inner courage dares to live. Courage starts with showing up and letting ourselves be seen. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. Courage doesn't happen when you have all the answers. It happens when you are ready to face the questions you have been avoiding your whole life. Creativity takes courage. Effort and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. Because no matter what they say, you always have a choice. You just don't always have the guts to make it. Everyone has talent. What's rare is the courage to follow it to the dark places where it leads. You cannot swim for new horizons until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. It takes a lot of courage to show your dreams to someone else. Pride is holding your head up when everyone around you has theirs bowed. Courage is what makes you do it. He who jumps into the void owes no explanation to those who stand and watch. Take chances. Make mistakes. That's how you grow. Pain nourishes your courage. You have to fail in order to practice being brave. And one has to understand that braveness is not the absence of fear, but rather the strength to keep on going forward despite the fear. You can. You should. And if you're brave enough to start, you will. A brave man acknowledges the strength of others. Above all, be the heroine of your life, not the victim. Fear cuts deeper than swords. It is hard to fail, but it is worse never to have tried to succeed.